Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another video. Another one of those midday motivational talks for the everyday struggle. Y'all know how it go. In this video, I wanted to talk about what it's going to take to survive these times. What's it going to take to survive these times? In this video, I'm going to be giving some advice for the everyday struggle. Now, for those people who are in the know, they understand what I mean by these times, surviving these times. The times we living in. You got wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in various places. You got 800,000 missing children a year. You got hundreds of thousands of fish rolling up on the ocean shores dead, birds falling from the sky. And most of all, you got the people who are in the know being targeted by the rest of society. And it's because they are in the know. And these people are not targeted because they have information of world events and the fact that they know that revelations are unfolding right before our eyes. But these people are being targeted because it's a spiritual warfare taking place. And a lot of people are under psychosis. A lot of people are being used. And it's not them that's targeting the elect, the righteous, the set apart. It's the demons that possess them that's targeting the righteous. See, the moment you begin to wake up to the truth, something happens. There's a transition period. Something shifts. There's a paradigm shift in the spiritual realm where these spirits can see the light in you before you even get the full perspective of the light that exists in you. And they begin to target you. So now I want to talk about what it's going to take to survive these times. Ladies and gentlemen, your survival solely is based on your ability to keep your composure. Your survival is predicated upon your composure. The ability to remain level-headed through all of these persecutions is what's going to make you survive. Let me give you an example. For those who may have experienced persecutions in the workplace, I don't know if you all ever experienced having a manager or somebody in a position that does everything in their power to make your work life a living hell. They do everything in their power to micromanage you, harass you, anything to make you lose your job, to make you be volatile and quit your job. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how the enemy operates. See, that spirit is using that manager or boss to basically make you lose your livelihood. When if you steadfast, everything they're doing is going to come back on them tenfold. If you just remain strong and face that persecution, then you'll be blessed. So that's how the enemy operates. You have to be volatile in order to compromise your position. That's how this war is fought. You are in a war. You are in a battle. I like to use another example. And this is a boxing analogy. Y'all want to know how Floyd Mayweather always comes out on top? Floyd Mayweather Jr. always comes out on top, always wins the fight because he uses an old age tactic, an age-old tactic that he uses. He frustrates his opponents. He frustrates his opponents. He makes his opponent volatile. Because when you're volatile and you're caught up in your emotions, you make mistakes. He makes opponents angry in the ring because they can't hit him. Because he understands that once they make mistakes, he can counter them. That's how war is fought. That's how wars are won. The enemy wages war, and he uses that very same tactic against you. So it's important for you to be sober and vigilant, because your enemy is a roaring lion seeking who he may devour, as the Bible says. So you got to stay sober and vigilant, meaning anything that takes you out of character, you have to get rid of it. And this is for you youngins coming up. If you're smoking weed, you blazing them J's, right? It takes you out of character. No matter how you slice it, I don't care what the conscious community says, that it brings you to another level. If you can't even keeping track of your car keys when you're high, you're losing things. You're out of character. You see and smell things that aren't there. You're absent-minded. You're out of character. That's prime time for that enemy to inhabit you. See, doing any type of drugs opens your pineal gland up for demonic possession. That's how the enemy operates. You have to put that in your body to open yourself for an attack. And that's how it works. So when the scriptures say stay sober and vigilant, because the enemy's a roaring lion seeking who he may devour, it's talking about mentally, physically, and spiritually. So if you put something in yourself physically, you'll be attacked as well. Y'all got to understand, it's like this. Whatever the enemy can use against you, he will. Silence is your weapon. A lot of times we put ourselves in situations. A lot of times we don't know how to keep our mouths closed. When the whole world is talking about this person and that person, they do everything in their power to get you to engage in those type of conversations, because that opens yourself up, and that's a weakness to you. When people are talking about the next person, keep your mouth closed, ladies and gentlemen. The need to fit in is what's going to basically put you in compromising positions. Silence is your weapon. Because guess what? Anything you say can and will be used against you, just like a court of law. It's the same thing in your everyday life. You have to understand that. Because as chosen individuals, as elect individuals, as special people, the world wants nothing more but to get you operating on their level, to open yourself up for attacks. What's it going to take to survive? It's going to take composure, a level head. You're going to have to follow the rules of engagement. I don't care what religious belief you have. You have to understand there's a battle against good and evil. There's a battle against good and evil. The Holy Bible gives you rules to live by, laws to live by. These other religious ideas that people have, you have to see what laws come with it. Is it really something you can stand behind? And that's something that we all got to question. Now, when it comes to the rules of engagement, what is it going to take to survive? Being level-headed, keeping your composure, doing what it is you're supposed to do, stand on the right track, fighting that spiritual uphill battle, understanding that it's a war against mind, body, and flesh, spirit and flesh. Winning that war by feeding your spiritual side rather than your fleshly side, your carnal side. So what is it going to take to survive? It's going to take your composure. Your composure is what's going to keep you alive in these times. That's how the enemy works, ladies and gentlemen. And that goes for all avenues, even spiritually. A lot of people wonder how certain things fall apart in their home. How households end up divided. And there's big warfare, arguments, and all of these things, alcoholism, and all of these things that take place in a household. It's because we open the doors and let stuff in. We got to be careful what we bring into our home. I guarantee you, you bring a Ouija board into your home, and you play with that Ouija board, all hell is going to break loose around you. Between your family, your children, and everything. That's a prime example of how you open these gates and these portals and these doorways for things to happen to you. So what is it going to take to survive? Putting on the full armor of the Most High, putting on the full armor of the Lord. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take being level-headed. And I just thought that I come through and make this midday motivational talk. I hope this video helps you out in your everyday journey. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Shalom and peace.